King Herod? What a drama queen. This guy was known for his extravagant lifestyle and over-the-top decisions. Imagine being at one of his legendary parties. The wine is flowing, the music is playing, and everyone is having a great time. So, Herod throws this massive party, right? His stepdaughter Salome takes the stage and starts dancing. And not just any dance, but a performance that leaves everyone in awe. Herod is so impressed by Salome's dance that he makes a grand promise in front of all his guests. He tells her she can have anything she wants, up to half his kingdom. Talk about being impulsive. But here's where things take a dark turn. Salome, after consulting with her mother, asks for something shocking. She demands the head of John the Baptist on a platter. Herod is caught off guard. He didn't see that coming. Talk about a party foul. Herod, being a man of his word, and not wanting to lose face in front of his guests, reluctantly agrees. The executioner is summoned, and it's chop chop bye-bye John. The mood of the party shifts dramatically. Word of this gruesome event quickly spreads. Messengers rush to deliver the news to Jesus. You know Jesus, right? The Son of God, the one performing miracles and spreading love and wisdom. Well, he hears about what happened to John. Naturally, he's deeply upset. John wasn't just any prophet, he was Jesus' cousin and a significant figure in his life. The news hits him hard. Plus, let's be honest, it's incredibly rude to behead someone right before dinner. The whole event leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth. Overwhelmed by grief and needing some time to process everything, Jesus decides he needs a little me time. So he heads out to a quiet place, seeking solitude and peace. Alone, or so he thought. Even in his moments of solitude, people seek him out, needing his guidance and comfort. The life of the Son of God is never truly quiet. Word travels fast when you can heal the sick and raise the dead. People heard Jesus was taking a break and thought, perfect time to catch him for a quick miracle. So they followed him, all 5,000 of them. Talk about a crowd. Jesus, being the nice guy that he is, feels bad for the crowd. They followed him all this way. The least he could do is put out some snacks. But here's the thing, all they have are 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Not exactly a feast for 5,000, right? This is where it gets good. Jesus takes the loaves and fish, looks up to heaven, and boom, enough food magically appears to feed everyone with leftovers. I'm talking baskets overflowing with bread and fish. It was like a biblical all-you-can-eat buffet. Everyone's stuffed, happy sighs all around. But wait, there's more. This is Jesus we're talking about. He's just getting started. Section 4. Water everywhere but not a drop to drink, unless you're Jesus. After the mega meal, Jesus tells his disciples to hop in a boat and head across the Sea of Galilee. The disciples, still buzzing from the miraculous feeding of thousands, obey without question. They gather their things, board the small boat, and start rowing across the vast expanse of water. The Sea of Galilee is known for its sudden storms, but the disciples are seasoned fishermen, confident in their ability to handle whatever comes their way. Meanwhile, Jesus decides to take a moment for himself. He heads up into the hills, seeking solitude and a chance to pray. It's been a long day of teaching and performing miracles, and even the Son of God needs a little downtime. He finds a quiet spot, away from the crowds, and begins to pray, finding peace in the stillness of the evening. Third time's the charm, right? Jesus has tried to find solitude before, but the crowds always seem to find him. This time, he's determined to get some uninterrupted time with his Father. As he prays, he feels a sense of relief and renewal, ready to face whatever comes next. As evening falls, a storm kicks up, the sky darkens and the wind begins to howl. The once calm sea turns into a churning, frothy mess. The disciples, now far from shore, find themselves in the middle of a fierce storm. The waves grow larger and more menacing, and the boat is tossed about like a toy. I'm talking gale force winds, waves the size of small mountains. Your basic nightmare at sea scenario. The disciples are struggling to keep the boat afloat, their earlier confidence now replaced with fear and desperation. They shout to each other over the roar of the wind, trying to stay together and keep the boat from capsizing. Suddenly the disciples see something impossible. It's Jesus. At first they think it's a ghost, but as the figure comes closer they realize it's their teacher, walking towards them on the water. Their fear turns to amazement and awe. And he's walking on water. Not just any water, but the stormy, turbulent sea. Each step is sure and steady, defying the laws of nature. The disciples can hardly believe their eyes. Not on a surfboard, not on a jet ski, but on the actual water. No tricks, no hidden supports, just pure, miraculous power. Jesus walks towards the boat, his presence bringing a sense of calm amidst the chaos. Now I'm no fisherman, but I'm pretty sure that's not how water works. The disciples, seasoned sailors, know this too, yet here is Jesus doing the impossible, showing once again that with faith, anything is possible. Section 5. Faith, it's what's for dinner. Peter, always the showman, shouts, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to walk on water too." His voice echoes over the waves, filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The other disciples watch in awe, their eyes wide with anticipation. This is Peter, after all, the one who always seems to find himself in the middle of the action. Jesus, being a good sport, says, "Come on in, Peter, the water's fine." With a calm and reassuring smile, Jesus extends his hand, inviting Peter to step out in faith. The sea, which moments ago seemed so daunting, now appears almost welcoming under Jesus' gaze. Peter hops out of the boat and starts walking on water. He's doing it. The disciples gasp, their disbelief turning into cheers. Peter's feet touch the surface, and to his amazement, he doesn't sink. Step by step, he moves forward, his confidence growing with each stride. Then he looks down, freaks out, and starts to sink. The realization of the impossible feat he's performing hits him like a wave. His heart races, and doubt creeps in. The once solid water beneath his feet begins to give way and panic sets in. "Lord, save me!" he cries. His voice, now filled with desperation, cuts through the air. The disciples lean forward, their hearts pounding in their chests. Peter's outstretched hand reaches for Jesus, his only hope in this moment of crisis. Jesus, like a divine lifeguard, pulls Peter up and says, "You gotta have faith, man." With a firm grip, Jesus lifts Peter out of the water. His eyes, filled with compassion and a hint of amusement, meet Peter's. It's a lesson wrapped in a miracle, a reminder of the power of faith. They climb into the boat, the storm calms, and everyone's amazed. The sea, which had been raging moments before, now lies still. The disciples, still catching their breath, exchange looks of wonder and relief. It's a moment of peace after the storm, a testament to Jesus' power. Just another day at the office for Jesus. He sits back, a serene smile on his face, as if walking on water and calming storms is all in a day's work. The disciples, still in awe, can't help but chuckle at the ease with which Jesus handles the extraordinary. The moral of the story? Don't mess with Jesus. His power is unmatched, his wisdom profound. The disciples have learned a valuable lesson today, one that will stay with them forever. It's a reminder of the importance of faith and the incredible things it can achieve. He can feed a crowd, walk on water, and rock a pair of sandals like nobody's business. Jesus is the epitome of cool, handling miracles with grace and style. His actions speak louder than words, leaving an indelible mark on all who witness them.